Hey guys, Lorrena Magaña here with new Filmmakers Los Angeles, coming to you from Camrich, Los Angeles in West Hollywood, California. Today, I'm talking to director Janine Schoenberg about her new film, Jenny and Lalo.
It seems like every girl around here dreams of being someplace different.
What's the matter?
Somewhere far away and beautiful. Where love can survive even rivalry and ego.
What's up?
But how do you break free from everything that holds you back? I don't know.
I want to be with you. Do you want to be with me?
Yes.
Then let's do this.
Okay. You run.
Hi, how are you, Janine?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Why don't you give our viewers a brief synopsis of your film?
Well, it's essentially the story of two star-crossed lovers from rival gangs in East LA. So, little Shakespeare, little West Side Story. But
How did you come up with the concept behind this film?
prior to becoming a filmmaker, I worked in the Central Valley. I ran a teen moms program there and did creative writing and theater classes in women's prisons and juvenile halls. And a lot of the young women I worked with were sort of entrenched in the gang life. And so this story is based on sort of bits and pieces of stories that I experienced while I was there.
So what was it like working with the AFI Directing Workshop for Women?
It was incredible. It's a wonderful program. Patty West is definitely just a supporter and a wonderful collaborator. And I started out as a screenwriter, and so this is only the second short film that I've directed. So for me, it was very important to have a program like the DWW, which is basically a directing intensive. Yeah, it was wonderful, and they obviously give you the resources to be able to learn and grow and really develop your craft and also develop this project. So it was wonderful to have their support.
With the initial concept coming from many of the stories that you heard from working within, a teen mom program with women in prison, did you add more from the program? Did you add a lot more to the stories, or was it, bits and pieces from different things that you've heard?
No, it was definitely fictionalized. I mean, this was definitely my creation, but there were kernels, I guess, of real life in the story that then became fictionalized. And this is also, this is a story that I've been sort of thinking about and that's been marinating for over 10 years. I had always wanted to create something about sort of these two young kids who I imagined wanted nothing more than just a better life.
Was it always your intention to have that twist at the end? I don't want to give too much away
Right.
from the viewers, but was it
Right.
always your intention to have that twist, because that was completely unexpected?
I sort of knew that it had to end that way. I think that for myself as an artist, when I create characters and I start to develop story, I pretty much know where I'm going. I just don't know how I'm going to get there. So that's really sort of the process for me, and I knew that it had to end that way, and it's unfortunate, of course, and tragic without giving too much away, but it was what was most authentic, I think, to the situation and to that world. And the most important thing for me, beyond it being a love story, was for it to really be a representation of this world, but through the lens of a female protagonist, because that's something we don't normally see. Usually when we see gangs and gang members in the media, they tend to be men, and they tend to be really sort of hyper masculine, and that's the way that world is portrayed. And then we don't see anything about really the young girls. They may be like, the girlfriend, or like they're in the corner in a party scene, or you don't really experience what their point of view is and what their day-to-day is. So that for me was really important, that it was from her POV.
You used some of the same actors that you worked with in your first short film.
Yes.
What was that like being able to collaborate with them again on this piece, because they are such strong actors.
They are.
And you have so well written female roles.
Thank you for saying that. That's definitely one of the motivating factors for me as a writer, as a director. I want to create. I've been very fortunate to meet wonderful actors while I was in school, and then after. I was also a playwright. I'm still an active playwright. And so, yeah, all the actors that you see in Jenny and Lalo, I've worked with. Yeah, it was just, I feel like once you find actors that you really connect with, you begin to write for them. It's just wonderful to find sort of that community and people who you can hand them, the script, and that they're going to just give it their all, and what their strengths are.
Moving forward, your next film, I know it's already going to have strong female characters. Is it going to focus on a similar idea, things that have influenced you from your screenwriting, from, teaching in prisons, or are you going to draw from something a little bit, different? It's
interesting that you asked that. Because I'm actually revising that script right now. The next film is called Fantasia, and it will be my first feature. And the protagonist is actually a 14-year-old girl who is growing up in East LA in a pretty rough neighborhood, but it's really a story about a young woman getting to know her father. And her father has been in prison for basically her entire life, and then suddenly he's released. And some of that character is based on my own childhood, just her way of being, her mannerisms, her experiences. And then her father's character is definitely based on the work that I did in prisons, characters I met, but also people in my family. So, yeah. So I'm very excited about that project.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.